It's a bad man thing, yeah. Oh Lord of His mercy. Hey, His body baby, oh. Hey, His body baby, oh. Bulaka, it's a bad man thing. See, hey.
So I'm back at it again with another chit chat get ready with me video, and a lot of you guys have been requesting, you know, a chit chat get ready with me video. So yes, that's what we're going to be doing today. And for today's get ready with me video, it's going to be a hair and makeup edition, and we're going to be styling this hair from DIVASWIGS. And yeah, this is, you know, a wig, so I'm going to be styling this wig in this video. And I believe this one is the Rihanna, let me see, where's my phone? I just want to be sure, you guys. So this wig right here is the custom Rihanna inspired full lace human hair wig, and it's RR086, and I have the length in 22, the cap size is medium, and of course the color is same as you see it on their website. So let me just go ahead and open up the wig. So this is kind of like light brown color, and then it has somewhat like an ombre. You know, the root is kind of like black, and then it has a brown, like a dark brown color right here. So yeah, we're gonna be playing with this wig today. I'll go ahead and put on my wig cap, and I'm using like the dark brown color. I always like to wear my wig either from the back or from the front. It all depends. I look like Ojuju Calabar right now, but yeah, this is exactly how the wig looks, you know, when you put it on. And yeah, the package also comes with, you know, DIVASWIGS pamphlet, and also it comes with a wig cap. We're just going to go ahead and tweak the wig. So I will go in with my Gorilla Snot. This is kind of a gel, you know. I'm going to apply it on the front of my wig. I just love to go in with my got2b spray and just spray it on the glue, and this will help it like lock into the hair really well. Of late, I've noticed a lot of, I wouldn't say hate, but I've noticed a lot of people always talking about, you know, that if you're wearing makeup, if you're putting all the products on your face, that means you're not like confident. Like when I get such comments, like people are trying to tell us that we are wearing makeup because we don't have self-confidence. And let me tell you guys, it's not all about like wearing makeup, because you can always see people that wear all those makeup and still their confidence is very low. Like they don't even have a single confidence. Funny thing is, people watch us here on YouTube and we wear all the makeup, but the truth is, if you meet me outside, you'll be very surprised, because, or even if you follow me on my Snapchat, you will notice that I hardly ever wear makeup. Like most times when I wear makeup is either I'm filming on my YouTube channel, or I'm going to church, or like I'm going to, you know, a ceremony or something very important. But if I'm just going out to the mall to get something, or I'm just running my regular errands, you can hardly ever see me on makeup. So you know, me putting on makeup is kind of therapeutic for me, because like it just makes me feel good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place the wig where exactly I want it to lay.
By the end of the night, she be wanting more. By the end of the day, they be wanting more.
Also, when it comes to my acne, I always receive comments about my face. Like, whoever comes to my channel and like leave comment about like, take care of your face, do you actually like look at me and think I'm not doing anything in regards to my skin? Like, come on now. You know, this is my #1 priority. Even before the makeup and all those things, my skin is my #1 priority. But the truth is, not everybody is blessed with a perfect skin. And then you will see, like, you know, thousands upon thousands of people trying to tell you what to do to your face. Like, come on. If I start using all the recommendations I get here on my channel regarding my face, that means my skin will be burnt. Like, because yeah, it's a lot. Somebody will come along and tell you, try this. The other person will come and tell you, have you tried the other one? Like, it's a lot, you guys. And to be honest with you guys, I've gone like without makeup for 6 months, like 6 good months. My skin didn't get better. But yeah, the acne medication I'm using right now is really working, because I just have to get rid of all the hyperpigmentation. I'm gonna go in with a scarf and just use it to cover up the hair while we go on with our makeup. And this will also make the, you know, this part of the hair to really lay flat by the time we'll remove the scarf. So for today's makeup, I think we're gonna start with the brows, the eyes, and then the skin. So I'm gonna go in with my She Makeup automatic brow pencil and just use it to fill in my brows. I know this is all messy, but I'm just gonna go in with my MAC NC45 Studio Fix Concealer, Studio Finish Concealer. I'll be using a Lego Pro Primer to prime my eyes. And for today's tutorial, I'm going to be using my Juvia's Place The Saharan palette, and you guys already know how obsessed I am with this brand because their eyeshadows are very pigmented, and also the price point is off the chain. I will go in with the Casina shadow right here. So you guys, Father's Day just came and passed. I believe Father's Day was like 2 weeks ago. Whenever, you know, there is Father's Day, I always think about so many things. I grew up in a dysfunctional home, so most times whenever Father's Day comes along, I just like retract to my own shell. Okay, so for my lid, for my crease, I'm gonna go in with this Jamila eyeshadow right here. Like few months ago, when all the wife battery things was going on among Nigerian men, you know, especially we had cases of like Tonto Dike, we had cases of Mercy Aigbe, you know, it made me reflect on so many things, because this is really, it's becoming more and more pronounced with Nigerian men. But the truth is, all these wife battery things, it didn't just start today, it's always been there. But the thing is, a lot of women are beginning to speak up, you know, a lot of women are beginning to speak up about it. I grew up in a dysfunctional home, which made me, even up to today, I don't have a relationship with my dad, because most of the things I went through as a child, it really like affected me, because I grew up in a home where my dad like used my mom as his, how do I say it? He used my mom as his punching bag. Like, oh my gosh, you guys. I'm just beginning to remember a lot of things. I remember back then, I think I was like 7 years old. And sometimes my dad is a kind of person that, you know, there are some people where even if somebody is dying by their side, whether you bring them up and bring them down, they will tell you they don't have money. Meanwhile, they are sitting in like a lot of money. But you know, he was just a very tight, stingy type of person. So I remember back then when, like, you know, we'll be getting ready for school, my mom would be like, you know, she needs money for taking care of the home, like, you know, for food, for our school fees and all those things. He will swear up and down that he doesn't have money. This is a man who had a very like booming business back then, you know. He would swear up and down he doesn't have money. And then my mom would always go out and borrow. She would always go out and borrow among friends, paying the school fees, house rent, water bill. Everything was just dependent on my mom. And then upon that, at the end of the day, you know, he would always beat up my mom. There was this incident that happened that always stuck on my memory. It will be very difficult for me to forget that particular incident. For the eyeshadow, you guys, I'm going to go in with this black one. I'll apply it on my outer V. So normally we would wake up by 5:30, have our family devotion, of which my mom was like she was doing everything, because my dad could care less about any like morning prayer, family prayer and all those things. So as usual, my mom, she woke us up that morning, and then she just had a baby. My brother was probably like 2 months or 3 months old. So that fateful day, I was getting ready for school. I noticed there was an argument in the room. It was my mom and my dad arguing. So, which of course, you know, back then it was almost like a normal thing for us, because we just grew up in such environments. I was in our children's room getting ready. The next thing I heard was a very like loud scream. It was my mom. So I rushed into their room. Apparently my dad had hit my mom so bad that she landed by the wardrobe side, you know. By the time I rushed into the room, I just saw her like slumping. She was standing and then I just saw her slump, like literally slumped down with she was carrying my brother on her hand. Gosh, you guys, like I was just standing there. I was just probably like 7 or 8 years old. I was standing there. I didn't know what to do. I just saw her slump down with my brother, like almost fell off from her hand. I'm talking of a 2-month-old baby, you guys. I rushed in. I was looking at my mom. My dad, he was nonchalant. He didn't care. He didn't even take a second glance of at my mom. My younger brother was there. He was screaming. He was, you know, crying. Oh my gosh, my mom. Before I knew it, like my mom started bleeding from the nose. She was, oh my gosh, you guys, Jesus. So she started bleeding from the nose. My brother was crying. You can imagine an 8-year-old. I was standing there. I didn't know what to do. The next thing I just saw my dad. He carried his bag and left. My mom was actually in the pool of her own blood. She was bleeding from the nose. My brother was crying. And you know, that particular incident and other incidents that came along, and also my dad was the kind of a man that would leave the house for months. Like we're talking of a month, 2 months, and he won't come back. He won't even ask of us. He won't even ask of nobody, nothing. Like the only thing we will know is sometimes we'll just be at home and somebody will just open the door and come in, and it's him. Probably we've not even seen him for 2 months, 3 months, you know. So things like that really molded me in a negative way as a child, because I didn't want anything to do with my dad. I despised him. Like when he's not around, I would rather prefer for us to go hungry and just, you know, stay in peace with our mom than him being around. And it was just a mess. We really dreaded like having him in the house. Just gonna go in with this concealer and use it to clean out my lid. So fast forward to the time when I was supposed to go to high school. I was supposed to, you know, enter high school. My dad swore up and down he had no money. So of course my mom had to sell all she had. She had to borrow to be able to send me to school. And the whole thing continued the way it was. You know, he would go for months without even asking how is his family doing. We continued like that, and my mom, she tried as much as possible, suffered to see me through high school until when I finished high school. So even at that, like I remember one particular year where like for 6 months we didn't see my dad. Just one fateful day we were all at home and somebody rang the bell and we opened the door. It was him. So it was just such a dysfunctional, you know, relationship. So yeah, you guys, fast forward to, I believe when I was 15, I started giving her the advice, you know, to look for a solution, to probably call it a quit with the marriage. Because if you stay if you live in a house that is so dysfunctional like mine was back then, you guys, I would really advise you to, you know, help your mom, because sometimes they are always thinking about us. They don't want to leave the marriage because of the kids. But think about it, if something happens to your mom and she dies, who will have your back, you know? So it's better you just support her, give her the necessary support she needs to be able to leave the relationship, especially when you know it's an unhealthy one. So for my lid, I'm going to go in with this eyeshadow right here, and this one is called Bororo. Yeah, I'm going to go in with this reddish eyeshadow right here. And when I got much more older, I started advising her, I started talking to her to, you know, just go in and file for divorce. Mind you, they were like legally married. They had their white wedding, their court wedding, traditional, everything. So it wasn't a situation where it's a baby mama issue or anything like that. They were like married, like completely married. So by the time, you know, she started with the process, she had to actually go in for a divorce. And yeah, at the end of the day, she divorced my mom and everybody went their separate ways. So it was in my second year, I believe, our last semester in our second year, that, you know, after exams and everything, I came home and my mom, she was so happy. I was like, what's going on? You know, I saw that she was just in a better place, you know, she was in a happier place in her life. So I was like, what's going on? She had to tell me that, you know, she's seeing someone, and of course right then and there, like, I gave her the full support. I and my sister, we gave her our full support to go ahead. You know, we were so happy for her. And you guys, like, I know some, like I always say, most men are fathers, but it takes a good man to be a dad. Like, my stepdad is a dad, like a dad to the core. And I always, like, whenever I think about, you know, my relationship with my biological father, I don't feel as much bad as back then, you know, before my stepdad came along, because he came in and he just took us as his children. You know, you can't see any difference. You know, he treated us so well. He actually saw me from my second year to my last year in the university. He was the one that took care of me, took care of my sister, everything. So yeah, you guys, that is, you know, the story of my life. So for my lashes, I'm going to show my Lina Lashes pin-up collection some love, and I'll be using this eyelash right here, and I believe this one is called Chloe. So moving on to the face, I'm going to apply my primer, and I'm using my Givenchy mattifying primer. So yeah, you guys, I always, you know, felt abandoned at a very tender, you know, early age. And mind you, when, especially with a girl child, you know, it's always during that time, like 8 years, that's when we always build that very strong bond with our father. So I always, you know, felt abandoned while I was growing up. I remember, like, going to school, and my friends, they will have their dad drop them in school. You know, I always, you know, just go by the corner and cry, and, you know, just feel so alone, because of the fact, like, I felt abandoned at that age, you know, at that very tender early age. And to be honest, as a married woman, if you're in an abusive relationship, like, seriously, I would advise you to rethink. You just have to think about the fact that, what if something happens to you today? You know, that man, he will kill you and move on to the next woman. He won't even care. And, you know, sometimes most women, we always think about the kids and even the society. Like, what would the society say? Like, F the society, you guys. Like, seriously, just forget about the society, because at the end of the day, if something happens to you, the society, they will probably just mourn you for a few days. These days, people just hear, oh, somebody died, and they will, oh my gosh, are you serious? Oh, they will feel sorry, and after a few hours, that's it. Like, you know, you're not the first person to ever die. So just don't even worry what the society will say. Of course, you will always worry about your kids, but also think about it. If something happens to you, what will become of those kids you're thinking about? So, you know, you just have to at least look for a way out. You just have to, you know, rescue yourself from such relationship. It's better you divorce and stay alive than you're dead, you're married, and then you die. Like, what's the need? What's the essence? And yeah, I'm just going in with my LA Girl color corrector to just cover up all this dark spots on my face. And for foundation, I'm going to be using my all-time favorite, and you guys already know it's the Kat Von D Lucky Tattoo foundation, and I use the shade in Deep 71.
Hey, his body baby, oh. Hey, his body baby, oh. Bulaka, it's a bad man thing. See,
So I'm just going to go ahead and apply my concealer on my under eye, my chin, my forehead, and just blend it out. Alright, so to set the areas where I highlighted, I'm going to be using my Sasha Buttercup setting powder, but in the compact form. Alright, so I'm going to contour, and I'm using my Anastasia contour kit in Espresso, this one right here. And then I'm going to set my face with my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in C6. I'm trying to hurry.
Bossing all the place, them are wanting more. Them are wanting more. See, bossing all the place, then they feel me, yo. Then they feel me, yo. See them girls just want to.
Alright, so I'm going to go back to the eyes and finish it up. And to smoke out my bottom lashes, I'm going to be using the black eyeshadow we used earlier. And I will just pop that on my lower lash line. And I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara on my lower lashes. Okay, so for the lips, I'm going to be going in with my MAC Night Mud Lip Liner, and I'll just use it to line, you know, the outside portion of my lips. And then I'm going to go in with this liquid lipstick from Colourpop, and this one is called Mugshot, and it's from their, I believe, their Ultra Metallic line. I'm so excited that we are almost finished. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove my scarf. Yes! Look at that, like everything is all laid. Laid to the guts. So I'm just going to go in with my concealer and apply it on the pattern line.
It's a bad man thing, oh Lord of His mercy.
And that is it for this video, my loves. I hope you all enjoyed and you were able to get a little sneak peek into my growing up. Like, you were able to get a little sneak peek into my life. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but at the end of the day, I just thank God for His faithfulness, for His mercies. You know, I just want to take this means to thank my mom, because she sacrificed a lot for me, for my sister, for my family. So I just want to say I love you so much, Mom. Yeah, she always watch my channel. So I just want to take this means, Mom, to tell you I love you so much. Like, words can't even express how much I love you. Yeah, you guys, I hope you all enjoyed. And of course, I'm going to link every product I used in this tutorial in my description box, alongside this gorgeous wig from DIVASWIGS. So definitely try and check out my description box. And of course, don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up and also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And till my next video, I will see you all very soon.